So dear students, today I am going to explain you about counting sort. Okay, so here the sorting is based on key values. Okay, so this is not a comparison based sorting method like bubble sorting, selection sort, merge sort, etc. So in these type of sorting methods, we are comparing the values. Okay, but in counting sort, we are not comparing the values. We are just counting the elements that have distinct key values. Okay, so here I am going to take one example. So this is our array. Okay, it consists of 17 elements. So the index vary from 0 to 16. So total number of elements, that is n equal to 17. Okay, so which is a minimum value here? Here 0 is the minimum value and maximum value is 7. Okay, so the count will vary from 0 to 7. That is, here 1 is repeating 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Here 0 is repeating how many times? 4 times, like that. So we are counting how many times each and every element in the array is repeating. Okay, so for that, in order to perform counting sort, you should create a count array. Okay, so we need a count array and we need to enter how many times each array element is repeating in the count array. Okay, so in this example, the minimum value is 0, maximum value is 7. So the range varies from 0 to 7. That is the range equal to 7. Okay, so whenever we are creating a count array, in order to perform counting sort, their indexes vary from 0 to 7. Okay, that is all the elements are in the range 0 to k. K is the range here, that is 0 to 7. Okay, so we are going to take one example and we can see how we are going to perform counting sort. So this is our array A and we are going to perform counting sort in this array elements. Okay, so in order to perform count sort, we should create a count array. Okay, so in this array, how many elements are there? 17 elements. 0 to 16 means 17 elements, and the smallest element is 0 and largest element is 9. So k means the range of the element. Okay, so here k range equal to 9, that is 0 to 9. So in the count array also the indices varies from 0 to 9. Then we need to find how many times 0 is repeating. How many times 0 is repeating in this array? How many times 1 is repeating in this array? Similarly 2 and so on. Okay, so in order to do this one, first we need to initialize all the array, all the elements in the count array as 0. So how to write the code? For I equal to 0, I less than or equal to, this is a k values. Okay, so I less than or equal to k, I plus plus, then count of I equal to 0. So we are initializing the count array elements with 0 value. Okay, next we are going to count how many times each and every element in this array is repeating. Okay, so in order to find how many times each and every element in the array is repeating, we need to traverse the actual array. Okay, so we are using a for loop variable. Okay, so the looping variable pointing to the first array element I equal to 0. Okay, so I equal to 0, so we are taking the first element 2. Okay, so what is a of I here? A of I means a of 0, which is equal to 2. So whenever you are seeing the element, it goes to the corresponding index of the count array. Okay, so here a of I, that is a of 0 equal to 2. So go to index 2 and count. So here it is 0, so now it is 1. Okay, then I is incrementing, so I is pointing to the next element. So a of 1 equal to 1. So go to index 1 of count array, then increment its value. Before that it is 0. Okay, now incrementing 1. Then going to next element, again 1 is here. So again 1 is going to array index, sorry, count index 1. So incrementing the value by 1, that is 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. Again I is incrementing, so I is equal to 3, a of 3 equal to 0. So go to index 0 of count array, then increment the value. Okay, 0 become 1. Then again iteration, so I incremented, so I is equal to 4, a of 4 equal to 2. So go to the corresponding index of the count array and increment the value, so it become 2. Okay, then next element is 5, so go to index 5, then incrementing the value. Okay, next element is I equal to 6, A of 6 equal to 4. So go to index 4 of count array, then increment the value. Next is 0, go to index 0, then increment the value. So it is 2 here. Okay, the next is 2 here. So go to index 2, then increment the count value by 1. Okay, then next is 8. So go to index 8 and increment the value. Okay, then 7, go to index 7, increment the value. Next is again 7, go to index 7 and increment the value by 1. So 1 become 2. Then go to index 9. So here A of 12 equal to 9. So go to 9th index. Okay, 9th index and increment the value by 1. So which is equal to 1 here. Then next element is 2. So go to index 2. So this become 4 here. Okay, then 0. So go to index 0 of count array, they increment the value, then 1 again, go to index 1 and increment the value, then 9, go to index 9 and increment the value. So 3 is already 0 here. Okay, so this is the update, this is a count array. This is a count array after checking how many times each and every element in the array is repeating. Okay, so we need to traverse this particular array and take the corresponding element, and this element become the index. This element is considered as the index of the count array. That is 2 is repeating how many times, 1 is repeating how many times. Okay, so 2 is repeating how many times. How we can do this one? Take the element, consider this as the index of the count array and increment the value by 1. So how to write the code for this? For I is equal to 0, we are traversing this array. Okay, so I equal to 0, I less than or equal to I less than n, I plus plus, we are incrementing the count array. Okay, so this 0 means the array, this 2 means a of I. Okay, so a of I, this a of I become the index of the count array. Okay, the what is the array name? The count array. Okay, count is the array name and this is a array element. So 2 become the index of this count array. So 2 is a of I here. Okay, a of I of, what is this one? What is the name of the array? Count. So count of a of I. Okay, then we are incrementing the value by 1. Okay, either you can write count a of I equal to count of a of I plus 1, or you can write pre-increment or post-increment operator, plus plus count a of I, or you can write count a of I plus plus. Both are same in this case. Okay, so in this way you are updating, you are entering the count array elements. Okay, so first you need to traverse the array elements, then you need to go to the corresponding array element and it become the index of the count array and updating the value by 1. Okay, so we know that after performing sorting we will get the array like this. Okay, that is after sorting the array elements you will get the answer like this. Okay, so in order to set the position of each element we are going to update this count array. Okay, so we will get the corresponding position of each and every element in the array. So look here, 0 is in index 0, index 1 and index 2. Okay, so 0 is till the position 3. This is the index. Okay, that means 1 2 3 upon the position is starting. Okay, so this is the first position, this is the second position, this is the third position, this is the fourth position. 0, so 0 is in, 0 is till third position and 1 is till sixth position, 1 is till sixth position and 2 is till 9 plus 1, this is the ninth index, so position is index plus 1. Okay, so 2 is till 9th position, sorry 10th position, 4 is till 11th position, 5 is till 12th position, 7 is till 14th position, 8 is till 15th position and 9 is in 16th position, sorry 9 is in 17th position. Okay, so we need to find the position of each and every element in the array. Okay, for that we are going to update the count array. So how to update this count array? Okay, so in order to perform sorting we need to update the count array and we need to use the actual array. So by using the actual array and updated count array we are going to sort the array elements. So in order to get the position we are going to update our count array. Okay, so in order to write the updated count array, the first element of the counter, that is count of 0, is same as that of this particular element. Okay, so we need to write the same element as it is. So here 3, and we need to write the elements here. We need to write the positions here. Okay, that is 0 is in position 3, 1 is in position, we already wrote here, 0 is in position 3, 1 is in position 6, like that. So how to write this one? So you need to add 3, that is the count. Now the count value is 3, 3 plus this 3. Okay, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 0, 10, 10 plus 1, 11, 11 plus 1, 12, 12 plus 0, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 14 plus 1, 15, 15 plus 2, 17. Okay, now check this one. 0 is in till third, 0 is in third position, 1 is in sixth position, 2 is in 10th position, 4 is in 11th position. Okay, then 5 is in 12th position, here 5 is in 12th position, 6 is 6 elements, so same position, then 7 is in 14th position, 8 is in 15th position, and 9 is in 17th position. Okay, so we are first taking the same element as it is, then we are counting with the previous count value. Okay, so 3, the next is 3 plus 3, 6, then that 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 0, 0, sorry 10, 10 plus 1, 11, 11 plus 1, 12, 12 plus 0, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, plus 1, 15, plus 2, 17. Okay, so how to write the code for this? So we need to traverse from index 1 onwards, because we are writing the same element here. Okay, so we need to traverse from index 1. So for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to k, I plus plus. What we are going to do, in order to get the count of I, we are adding the current value with the previous value, count of I plus count of I minus 1. Okay, so in this way you will get the elements in the count array. Okay, for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to k, I plus plus, count of I equal to count of I plus count of I minus 1. Okay, now we are going to perform sorting, count sort, by using this count array and by using the actual array. We are not going to take this array, this count array, because we updated this count array like this. Okay, so this count array and this particular array is taking as an input, okay, to perform count sort. Okay, so in order to perform count sorting, we are traversing the array A from last element to first element in order to maintain the stability of the sorting algorithm. Okay, so we are traversing array from last element onwards. Okay, that is in this direction. Okay, this is for maintaining the stability of the sorting algorithm. Okay, so I will tell you why we are maintaining the stability of the sorting algorithm, or why we are traversing the array from last element to first element. Okay, so here we are taking, so how to write the code for this one? So we are taking the last element means n minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. Each time we are decrementing the I value. Okay, then we are going to store the element in the final array. Okay, suppose we are going to store the elements in this array B. Okay, so in order to perform this one, we need to traverse the array A from right to left. Okay, so I is equal to n minus 1, n is equal to 17, 17 is the total number of elements. So 17 minus 1 means 16, I equal to 16, then taking the corresponding element 9. Okay, so 9, then go to the index 9. Okay, in index 9 of updated count array, you will see the element 17. Okay, but if you are taking the 17 directly, you can't enter, you can't go to the corresponding index of final array. Okay, there is no 17th index. Okay, so whenever you are taking the element in the count array, you need to decrement the value by 1. So 17 becomes 16. Okay, so first traverse the array from last element onwards. So I is equal to 16, a of 16 is equal to 9. Go to the corresponding index of count array, that is 9. Okay, so go to the index 9, you can see the element 17, decrement the value by 1. So whenever you are going to take the corresponding element in the count array, you need to decrement the value by 1, because you can't access the corresponding index in the final array. So there is no index 17 here, because total number of elements is 17. So the indices varies from 0 to 16. So 16 is here. Okay, so go to 16 of the final array and store a of I value. So which value? 9. Okay, then decrement I by 1. So now I is pointing here. I is pointing to 15. So a of 15 equal to 1. So go to the corresponding index of count array here. A of 1 here, count of 1 equal to 6. Whenever you are seeing, you need to decrement the value by 1. Okay, then go to index 5 of this array. Okay, so what is the value? 1. You need to store the value here. Okay, then again decrementing the I value by 1. So 14. So a of 14 equal to 0. Go to index 0 of count array, decrement the value by 1. 3 become 2. Go to the corresponding index of the final array 2 and store a of I, that is equal to 0. Again repeating the procedure. Now I is equal to 30. I equal to 14 minus 1, which is equal to 13. Element is 2. Go to index 2. Decrement the value by 1. Go to corresponding index 9 and store a of I value. What is a of I here? 2. So next I is pointing here. I is equal to 12. So a of 12 is equal to 9. Go to index 9. So we store the value 2 here. Okay. Then I is equal to 11. I is equal to 12 minus 1, 11. The element is 7. Go to index 7 of count array. It is equal to 14. Decrement the value by 1, 13. Go to the corresponding index of final array. That is, you need to store the a of I value. What is a of I here? A of 11, that is 7. Okay, so store 7 here. Then again decrementing the I value by 1. So I is pointing to a of 10. That is 7. Go to index 7 of count array, decrement the value by 1. Okay, then store in corresponding index. Which one? A of I. What is the value of a of I? 7. Okay, then again I is decrementing. I is equal to 9. A of I is equal to 8. Go to index 8 of count array, decrement the value by 1. Go to index 14 of array B and store the value of a of I. A of I equal to 8. Okay, then again decrementing the value of I is equal to 8. A of I is equal to 2. Go to index 2, decrement the value by 1. Okay, that is 8. 9 become 8. Go to index 8 and store the value 2. A of I value. Similarly, you need to traverse the array till a of 0. Then you will get the result here. Okay, so after traversing the complete array, you will get the final array like this. Okay, now the array is sorted. So how you can write the code for this one? Okay, so we are storing the array elements, that is we are storing a of I to b of something. Okay, so how to write the code for that? So we are traversing the array from last, that is I equal to n minus 1 onwards. Okay, we are decrementing the I value. Okay, and we are storing a of I. We are storing this particular element in b of some index. Okay, so how to find that b of index? Okay, so we are taking a of I. This a of I become the index of count array. So how to write? This a of I become the index of count array. Okay, then we are taking the value. We are taking the value, that is we are going to, suppose we are going to suppose this is the element 9. Okay, we are going to the index of count array, that is going to index 9 of count array. We will find the value. We are decrementing the value by 1. Okay, so we are decrementing the value by 1. Okay, then so here 17 becomes 16. Then we are taking 16 index of the final array B. Okay, so B of 16. Okay, so a of I is the array element. This array element become the index of the count array, and whenever you are taking the element count of a of I, we are decrementing the value by 1. Okay, then we are considering this as the index of B, and we are storing a of I to this particular index of B, array B. Okay, then finally we are copying all the array elements of B to the actual array. So how to write the code for that? I equal to 0, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus a of I equal to our B of I. So we are copying all the elements to array A. Okay, so this is how we are performing counting sort. So first we will have an array and we are creating a count array. So the size of the count array vary from 0 to 9. Here 9 is the maximum element. So the largest index of the count array is 9. That is range equal to 9. Okay. Initially we are uh, initially we are assigning with 0 values in the count array. Then we are traversing this particular array. Whenever we are seeing a particular element, we are taking the corresponding, we are going to the corresponding index of count array and we are incrementing the value by 1. Okay, so we need to traverse the whole array, so you will get the count array. Okay, that is, we are taking the array element, this array element become the index of the count array and incrementing the value. So array element, this array element become the index of the count array and we are incrementing the value by 1. Okay, after that we are checking the position of each and every element. Okay, in order to do this one, we are updating our count array. Okay, just taking the first value as it is, then we are adding that value with the next value. Okay, so 3 plus 3, 6, 6 is the next one, then 6 plus 4 equal to 10, 10 plus 0, so on. And there are some disadvantages for this particular sorting. That is, if the number of elements equal to 100 and each element, that is range is 10,000. Okay, in our example there are 17 elements and maximum element is 9. Okay, largest element is 9, so the range is equal to 9. Okay, but if the maximum element is 10,000 and we are having only 100 elements, then if we are making a count array, the majority elements in the count array become null. So this is one of the drawback of counting sort. And second one is, if the elements are having negative values, suppose there is 5, minus 5, 10, 25, 16, minus 4, like that, we want to convert this to positive. Okay, in order to make this one to positive, so commonly add with some value, that is, if we are adding with 6, okay, then you will get 1, then 16, 25 plus 6, 31. So you need to convert this to positive number, and whenever you are going to the corresponding index also, you need to convert to positive number. So this is a tedious process. So this is also one of the drawback of counting sort. And another drawback is that if the values are in different range, here there is no range. Okay, in our example we saw that values varying from 0 to 9. Okay, but if there is no continuous ranges, of the range is not properly mentioned, that is, here 652 is there, 0 is there, 999 is there, then it is very difficult to perform counting sort. Okay, in this case we can use Radix sort, and I will explain this in the next video.